With restrictions loosened further and the threat of the new variant high, will we see a rise in the number of COVID-19 cases? Joining us now for his views is Dr. Jean Solante, infectious diseases head of San Lazaro Hospital. Doctor, thank you so much for joining us. Good evening. As we mentioned, more businesses are now being allowed to reopen in areas under GCQ. But given that we are averaging at least now 2,000 infections per day, and the UK variant now at large and in its early stages, is this advisable?
Yeah, thank you, Rico, for this. My point here is that my opinion here is that I have really some reservations on this new policy of opening up establishment. No? Even if you say on a limited capacity, but still our cases are not yet. Yes, it has stabilized from 1,005 to 2,000, but it's still a lot, no? And I don't know how this, when they say strict implementation of the health protocol, when you open up this establishment. Just like, for example, there are areas here that will be opening up that we considered as high risk. Why? Because they are an enclosed space. Like, for example, the cinemas, the museum. As long as they can probably assure us that there will be good air exchange and ventilation in those areas, and really will strictly implement the number of people that will go there, then we are fine with that, no? But for the other establishment like the church, most of our churches have high ceiling and usually have big doors and windows. So I'm okay with that. Then again, what is crucial here is the number of people that will be inside at that point in time, and as long as they will be implementing strictly the physical distance, the face shield,
but doctor,
the face mask.
But doctor, I'm sure the argument right now of the IATF and the government is basically reopening up the economy. If we do not reopen cinemas, museums, video arcades, and tourist attractions such as theme parks, this could basically depress the economy, if not only the first quarter, the second quarter, but maybe for the remainder of the year.
Yeah, that's also the other part of the takeaway here, because at the expense of this risk, then it's something like we have to balance now between our economy and the continuous lockdown to prevent the surge of cases. But as much as we like this to be still, we still have to be in a lockdown. Then my point here is that we'll just have to prepare ourselves. Me as a healthcare worker, being in the front line, we just have to prepare our hospitals so that in any case that there will be surges, then we should be ready for that.
But in your view, doctor, should there at least be a middle ground? Because the easing of restrictions is quite huge, no? It covers so many sectors and industries. Which ones would you recommend that remain closed for now, and which ones should reopen?
Yeah, thank you. That's a very important point, no? Because if I'm going to decide on this, like if you get my opinion on this, first I would like to not open yet the cinemas, no, the museums. Okay, I'm okay with the church. I'm okay with the other business establishment, because I think we have, for the business establishment, we have had several of the already with businesses. It's a matter of just looking up, increasing the number of those who can go inside this. But the cinemas, the museums, this is where I'm afraid of, because of the setup of the particular buildings.
But on the other hand, Dr. Solante, shouldn't we just wait until the vaccines are administered? There are already several thousand doses arriving by the end of February. There will also be in March, all the way up until the end of the year. So maybe we could have a month where we could maybe reopen the cinemas and the museums and the video arcades.
Yes, I think that should be should also be considered, especially now that we really want the rollout of the vaccine the soonest possible time, because as I mentioned also, since we do not know yet the status that is present in our country, no? Yes. So meaning the more that we can start the vaccination, the faster we can vaccinate all the priority group.
Doctor,
Yes.
Doctor, I want to get your opinion on this, because there has been a first UK variant death in the country. And what is surprising is that the person rarely left home, no travel history, no contact with other positive cases. If it didn't come from his close contact, where could he have possibly gotten the virus?
Yes, that's something that we need to investigate further because although this variant originated from countries like other European countries, but it's not a remote possibility. So I will repeat this. It's not a remote possibility that before the discovery of this variant in United Kingdom, we may also have the variant already here. Just the fact that we don't have yet that good surveillance of genome sequencing of this positive test, that doesn't mean that we don't have that variant.
Thank you so much for your insights, Dr. Jean Solante, an infectious disease specialist from San Lazaro Hospital.